Hello friends, in this video we are going to discuss how to find the input power factor for the rectifier circuitry when the load is RL load or the RLE load. Okay. So in order to understand how to find the input power factor, let us consider a circuit which is a fully controlled bridge configuration. Okay, you can consider the center tapped transformer configuration also, or you can consider it as a bridge configuration. Okay, next the load here I have considered it as a RL load. You can consider it as a RLE load also, no problem. Okay, input is Vs, which is equal to Vm into sine of omega t. Okay, so from 0 to pi Vs is positive, pi to 2 pi Vs is negative, right? So here we are having the supply voltage, which is a pure sinusoidal. Supply voltage is a pure sinusoidal, right? Next, the supply current is a Is. Supply current is a Is. Load current is a I0. Load voltage is a V0. Okay, we have already discussed a number of times, right, the operation of this circuit. Okay, so here at omega t is equal to alpha, we turn on the thyristors T1 T2, yes or no? So from alpha to pi, thyristors T1 T2 will be in the on state, right? Inductor go on storing the energy, right? I0 will be a constant current, right? So here we are having the I0, that is a constant current, right? So when Vs positive, thyristor T1 T2 turns on. When Vs negative, thyristor T3 T4 turns on. Okay, and similarly again T1 T2 and again T3 T4, right? And it goes on repeating. Next, important to note here the waveform of Is, that is a supply current, right? That is a source current. Okay, so here if you check, the supply voltage is sinusoidal, but supply current is a non-sinusoidal, right? Supply current is a non-sinusoidal, right? So in this case, right, when the supply voltage is sinusoidal and supply current is non-sinusoidal, then we cannot directly find the input power factor is equal to load power divided by source voltage into source current, right? We cannot use that expression directly. Okay, that expression is valid only when, yes, the load is purely resistive. That is when the input supply is sinusoidal as well as the input current is also sinusoidal, and at that time only, yes, we can use that expression. Okay, but here input voltage is Vs, that is a sinusoidal, and input current, that is a source current, is a non-sinusoidal. Okay, so it is like a square wave. It is like a square wave. Okay, so in this case we cannot directly use that expression. Okay, so now let us first of all discuss how to find or how to draw the waveform of the Is, right? How to draw the waveform of the Is. So if you check, for omega t is equal to alpha to pi, for omega t is equal to alpha to pi, yes, we know thyristors T1 and thyristor T2 will be in the on state, right? T1 and T2 will be in the on state. Right? Input voltage is Vs. Plus minus, this current is Is. Okay, next T1 is on state, T2 is in the on state. Okay, so current will be flowing from V0, here it is, and here it is I0, right? So current will be flowing from Vs, T1, load, T2, and again back to the Vs. Definitely I0 will be a constant current I0. Okay, next, so here inductor go on storing the energy, so plus here, minus here. Okay, so I0, if you check here in the circuit, we are having the only one loop. Okay, so can we write Is is equal to I0? Yes, Is is equal to I0. This is for omega t is equal to alpha to pi. Okay, so during alpha to pi, Is is same as that of the I0, so it is a positive current. Okay, next from pi to pi plus alpha, what will happen? For omega t is equal to pi plus alpha, for omega t is equal to pi plus alpha. Yes, if you check from pi to pi plus alpha, supply voltage is reversed, right? So here it is a minus and it is a plus here. Okay, so this inductor releases the energy, minus here, plus here. Okay, so now when inductor releases the energy, yes, again thyristors T1 T2 will be in the on state. Okay, so here again we are having only one loop, right? So can we say that Is and I0 both are same? Yes, so Is is equal to I0, which is equal to capital I0. Is this clear? So from pi to pi plus alpha, Is is equal to capital I0 only. Okay, next, from pi plus alpha to 2 pi, what will happen? Okay, so from pi plus alpha to 2 pi, for omega t is equal to pi plus alpha to 2 pi, pi plus alpha to 2 pi. Yes, for pi plus alpha to 2 pi, thyristors T3, T4, thyristors T3 and T4 will be in the on state. Here it is a T3, here it is a T4. Okay, so current will be flowing from, yes, Vs, T3, load, T4, and again back to the Vs. Are you getting the point? Okay, so here we are having the only one loop, but if you check the current flowing through the source, right, here current is flowing like this. Okay, here it is a downward direction, next upward, and here in this branch if you check the current direction is from right to left, but Is we have specified it as a left to right. Okay, so can we write it as Is is equal to minus I0 is equal to minus I0? Is this clear? So from pi plus alpha to 2 pi, Is is minus I0, pi plus alpha to 2 pi, Is is minus I0, and inductor go on storing the energy. Is this clear? Okay, so here Is is minus I0. Okay, next from 2 pi to 2 pi plus alpha, what will happen? From omega t is equal to 2 pi to 2 pi plus alpha. Yes, from 2 pi to 2 pi plus alpha. So if you check here, to after 2 pi supply voltage polarity is positive, so it is a reverse. Okay, inductor releases the energy, so minus here plus here. Okay, so here inductor is releasing the energy through thyristor T4, supply T3, and again back to the load, right? In this way the inductor releases the energy. So when inductor releases the energy, can we write Is is again equal to minus I0? Okay, Is is equal to minus I0, so which is equal to minus I0, right? So if you check 2 pi to 2 pi plus alpha, Is is negative, I0 is positive. Okay, I0 is positive. Okay, so it is I0, so here it will be a minus I0. Okay, after 2 pi plus alpha, what will happen? The same cycle go on repeating. Okay, and here whatever the pulse from 2 pi to 2 pi plus alpha, the same will be repeating or the copying from 0 to alpha, right? So it is a negative, so that's why here it is a negative. Okay, so in this way we can draw the waveform of Is. Okay, so if you observe the Vs and Is, if you observe the Vs and Is waveform, right, Vs is purely sinusoidal, but Is is, it is a not a sinusoidal. Okay, it is a non-sinusoidal. Okay, so when Vs is sinusoidal and Is is non-sinusoidal, then we can find when Vs is sinusoidal and Is is non-sinusoidal. Is is non-sinusoidal. Then we can find the input power factor. Input power factor is equal to, yes, it is a product of displacement power factor, displacement power factor, or it is also known as a fundamental power factor. Okay, fundamental power factor or the displacement power factor into, yes, into distortion factor, into distortion factor, right? Displacement power factor into distortion factor is nothing but input power factor, is nothing but input power factor. Now let us discuss what is the displacement power factor. Displacement power factor, it is the cosine of, it is the cosine of angle between, it is the cosine of angle between, yes, the fundamental source voltage. Okay, but if you check the Vs is purely sinusoidal. Okay, so in the Vs the harmonics will be absent. Okay, because in a pure sinusoidal waveform the harmonics will be absent always. Okay, so whatever the contents are there, this waveform is of a fundamental component only. Okay, so cosine of angle between fundamental source voltage and fundamental source current. Okay, so we can write it is the angle between fundamental source voltage and fundamental source current, fundamental source current, Is1. Okay, so cosine of angle between Vs1 and Is1. Okay, but Vs1 is same as that of the Vs, right? Because we are having the pure sinusoidal, right? Because Vs is pure sinusoidal. Here I am writing cos Vs is pure sinusoidal, pure sinusoidal. Okay, next, so it is an angle between displacement power factor, we can write it is equal to cosine of angle between Vs and IS1, right? Vs and IS1. Okay, so displacement power factor, it is the angle between cosine of, right, cosine of angle between Vs1 and IS1. Vs1 stands for fundamental component of the supply voltage. IS1 is the fundamental component of supply current or the source current. Okay, and Vs1 is Vs in our case, so that's why it is the angle between, cosine of angle between Vs and IS1. Okay, how to find IS1, how to find Vs1, we are going to discuss it in next video with the help of Fourier series analysis, right? Next, what is the distortion factor? Yes, so here distortion factor, it is the ratio of, it is the ratio of RMS value of, it is the ratio of RMS value of IS1, fundamental source current, right? RMS fundamental source current, RMS value of IS1 divided by yes, RMS value of, divided by RMS value of IS, right? So RMS value of IS means we need to find the RMS of this term, this waveform. Okay, and what is the RMS value of the IS1, right? With the help of Fourier series analysis, where we are going to discuss. Okay, and the product of these two is nothing but the input power factor. Is this clear? Okay, so please try to understand. They have asked the number of questions related to the RL and the RLE load. Okay, so if the input supply is sinusoidal but input source current or the supply current is a non-sinusoidal, then in that case we need to find the input power factor is the ratio of, yes, displacement power factor into distortion factor. Displacement power factor is the cosine of angle between Vs1 and Is1, fundamental source voltage, fundamental source current. Okay, next, distortion factor, it is the ratio of RMS value of the fundamental source current to the RMS value of the source current Is. Okay, so this is about the expression of input power factor for RL and RLE load. In the next video we are going to discuss how to find the Fourier series, how to find the displacement power factor and the distortion factor for the RL and RLE load. Thank you.